The solar system is the collection of celestial objects that orbit around the sun, including the 8 planets and their moons, as well as other objects such as asteroids, comets, and dwarf planets. The sun is the central and most massive object in the solar system, and it accounts for more than 99% of the mass of the entire system. The sun is a medium-sized star, and it is located about 150 million kilometers from Earth. The 8 planets in the solar system are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These planets are all very different from one another in terms of size, composition, and characteristics. Mercury is the smallest and innermost planet in the solar system, and it is also the closest planet to the Sun. It's a rocky, terrestrial planet with a surface covered in craters and other impact scars from its long history. Mercury is about 1/3 the size of Earth and has a much denser composition, with an iron-rich core that makes up about 75% of its total mass. Mercury is known for its extreme temperature variations, with temperatures on its surface ranging from -173 degrees Celsius at night to 449 degrees Celsius during the day. This is due to the fact that Mercury has a very thin atmosphere and no protective magnetic field, which means that it is bombarded by the sun's intense radiation and has no way to regulate its temperature. Mercury is also notable for its unusual orbit, which is highly elliptical and takes the planet on a journey from as close as 47 million kilometers to as far as 69 million kilometers from the Sun. This means that the temperature on Mercury can vary significantly depending on its position in its orbit. Despite its harsh conditions, scientists believe that Mercury may have once had water on its surface, and there is evidence to suggest that there may still be ice hidden in craters at the planet's poles. In recent years, several spacecraft have visited Mercury to study its surface and atmosphere in more detail, including NASA's MESAENGER spacecraft, which orbited the planet from 2011 to 2015. Overall, Mercury is a fascinating and unique planet that has many mysteries left to be uncovered. It is a small but important player in the solar system, and its study can provide valuable insights into the history and evolution of our solar system as a whole. Venus is the second planet from the Sun and is often referred to as the Earth's sister planet due to its similar size and composition. Venus is a terrestrial planet with a thick, toxic atmosphere and a surface that is covered in volcanoes, mountains, and plains. It is the hottest planet in the solar system, with temperatures on its surface reaching up to 462 degrees Celsius due to the greenhouse effect caused by its thick atmosphere. Venus is known for its dense, cloudy atmosphere, which is composed mainly of carbon dioxide and nitrogen, with clouds of sulfuric acid. These clouds obscure the planet's surface and make it difficult to see or study from the ground. However, spacecraft have been able to make several flybys of Venus and have sent back detailed images and data about the planet's surface features and atmosphere. One of the most striking features of Venus is its lack of water, which is thought to have evaporated from the planet's surface due to the intense heat and pressure caused by its thick atmosphere. Venus also has no detectable magnetic field, which means that it does not have any protective shield against the sun's harmful radiation. Despite its inhospitable conditions, Venus has long been of interest to scientists and space enthusiasts due to its close proximity to Earth and its potential for future exploration. In recent years, a number of spacecraft have been sent to study Venus in more detail, including NASA's Magellan spacecraft, which mapped the planet's surface in the 1990s, and the European Space Agency's Venus Express, which orbited the planet from 2006 to 2014. Its extreme conditions make it a challenging place to study, but its close proximity to Earth makes it an important target for future exploration. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and is the only known planet in the universe to harbor life. It is a terrestrial planet with a diverse range of habitats, including oceans, mountains, forests, and deserts. Earth is the 5th largest planet in the solar system and has a diameter of about 712,742 kilometers. It is also the densest planet in the solar system, with a metallic core that makes up about 30% of its mass. Earth has a number of unique characteristics that make it an ideal place for life to thrive. It has a relatively mild climate, with temperatures that range from -89 degrees Celsius at the poles to 57 degrees Celsius at the equator. This is due to the fact that Earth has a thick atmosphere that protects it from the sun's harmful radiation and helps to regulate its temperature. Earth also has a strong magnetic field that protects it from solar winds and cosmic radiation, which can be harmful to living organisms. Earth is home to a wide variety of life forms, including plants, animals, and microorganisms. These life forms are distributed across the planet's surface and are adapted to the various habitats found on Earth. The diversity of life on Earth is a testament to the planet's ability to support and sustain living organisms. In addition to its diverse array of life forms, Earth is also home to a number of natural wonders, including the Grand Canyon, the Great Barrier Reef, and Mount Everest. These and other natural landmarks are a testament to the beauty and power of Earth's natural processes. Despite its many wonders, Earth is also facing a number of challenges. Human activity, such as pollution, deforestation, and climate change, is having a negative impact on the planet and its ecosystems. It is important that we work to preserve and protect Earth and its natural resources for future generations. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and is a rocky, terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere. It is known for its reddish appearance, which is caused by iron oxide, also known as rust, on its surface. Mars is about half the size of Earth and has a much colder and drier climate, with temperatures ranging from -129 degrees Celsius at the poles to 20 degrees Celsius at the equator. Mars is believed to have once had a more Earth-like climate, with a thicker atmosphere and liquid water on its surface. However, over time, the planet's atmosphere thinned out and much of its water evaporated or froze, leaving the planet's surface dry and barren. Despite this, there is evidence to suggest that there may still be water ice hidden beneath the surface of Mars, and there have been a number of missions to study the planet's water cycle and search for evidence of past or present life. Mars is also home to a number of interesting features, including the highest volcano and the longest canyon in the solar system. The planet's surface is also dotted with impact craters, which provide clues about its history and evolution. In recent years, Mars has been a focus of intense scientific study and exploration, with several spacecraft sent to study the planet in more detail. These missions have provided valuable insights into Mars' geology, atmosphere, and potential for supporting life. In addition, there have been a number of proposals to send humans to Mars in the future, with the goal of establishing a permanent presence on the planet and paving the way for further exploration and colonization. Mars is a fascinating planet that continues to captivate the imagination of scientists and the general public alike. It is a key target for future exploration and holds great potential for further discoveries about the history and evolution of our solar system. The asteroid belt is a region of the solar system located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. It is composed of a large number of small rocky objects known as asteroids, which range in size from a few feet to hundreds of miles in diameter. The asteroid belt is thought to be the remains of a failed planet that never fully formed due to the gravitational influence of Jupiter. The asteroid belt is home to a diverse range of asteroids, including rocky asteroids, metallic asteroids, and icy asteroids. These asteroids are thought to be remnants of the early solar system and are believed to contain valuable information about the formation and evolution of the solar system. The asteroid belt is an important area of study for scientists, as it provides insights into the early history of the solar system and the conditions that were present at the time of its formation. Despite its importance, the asteroid belt is a relatively quiet and empty place, with the asteroids widely dispersed and not interacting with each other. In fact, the total mass of all the asteroids in the asteroid belt is only about 4% of the mass of Earth's moon. However, the asteroids in the asteroid belt do pose a potential threat to Earth, as some of them could collide with the planet if they were to stray from their orbits. Overall, the asteroid belt is a fascinating and important region of the solar system that holds many secrets about the early history of the solar system and the conditions that were present at the time of its formation. It is an important target for future study and exploration. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and is the largest planet in the solar system. It is a gas giant with a thick atmosphere and a number of moons. Jupiter is about 11 times the size of Earth and has a mass more than 300 times greater than Earth's. It is composed mainly of hydrogen and helium, with trace amounts of other elements such as methane, ammonia, and water. Jupiter is known for its distinctive appearance, with bands of clouds that swirl around the planet and a giant storm known as the Great Red Spot. The Great Red Spot is a giant hurricane-like storm that has been raging on Jupiter for hundreds of years and is large enough to fit 3 Earths inside it. In addition to its atmospheric features, Jupiter is also home to a number of interesting moons. The 4 largest moons, known as the Galilean moons, were discovered by Galileo Galilei in the early 17th century and are named after him. These moons are Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, and they are some of the most fascinating objects in the solar system. Io is a volcanic moon with a surface covered in lava, while Europa is an icy moon with a surface covered in water ice. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system and is larger than the planet Mercury, while Callisto is a heavily cratered moon with a surface that is similar to the surface of Earth's. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun and is the 2nd largest planet in the solar system. It is a gas giant with a thick atmosphere and a number of moons. Like Jupiter, Saturn is composed mainly of hydrogen and helium, with trace amounts of other elements such as methane, ammonia, and water. Saturn is known for its beautiful ring system, which is made up of ice and rock particles. The rings are divided into a number of different sections, and they are thought to be debris from comets, asteroids, or moons that have been shattered by the planet's gravity. The rings are highly reflective and can be seen from Earth with a telescope. In addition to its ring system, Saturn is also home to a number of interesting moons. The largest of these moons is Titan, which is the 2nd largest moon in the solar system and has a thick atmosphere and a surface that is thought to be covered in liquid methane and ethane. Saturn's other moons include Enceladus, which has a surface covered in ice and is thought to have a subsurface ocean, and Mimas, which has a surface that is heavily cratered and resembles the Death Star from the Star Wars movies. Uranus is the 7th planet from the Sun and is a gas giant with a thin atmosphere and a number of moons. It is the 3rd largest planet in the solar system and is about 4 times the size of Earth. Uranus is composed mainly of hydrogen and helium, with trace amounts of methane and other hydrocarbons. Uranus is known for its unusual tilted orbit, which is tilted at an angle of about 98 degrees relative to its orbit around the Sun. This means that the planet's axis of rotation is almost perpendicular to the plane of its orbit, which leads to some strange and unique characteristics. For example, Uranus has seasons that last for more than 20 years and polar regions that receive more sunlight than its equator during certain parts of its orbit. Uranus is also known for its blue-green color, which is caused by methane in its atmosphere. The planet's atmosphere is composed mainly of hydrogen and helium, with clouds of methane that absorb red light and reflect blue light. This gives the planet its distinctive blue-green hue. In addition to its interesting atmosphere and orbit, Uranus is also home to a number of interesting moons. The largest of these moons is Titania, which is about the size of Mercury and has a surface covered in impact craters and fractures. Other moons of Uranus include Miranda, which has a highly fractured surface and is thought to have experienced a number of violent events in its past, and Ariel, which has a surface covered in ice and is thought to have a subsurface ocean. Uranus is a fascinating and unique planet that has much left to be discovered. Its strange orbit and interesting moons make it a key target for future study and exploration. Neptune is the 8th planet from the Sun and is a gas giant with a thick atmosphere and a number of moons. It is the 4th largest planet in the solar system and is about 4 times the size of Earth. Neptune is composed mainly of hydrogen, helium, and methane, with trace amounts of other elements such as water and ammonia. Neptune is known for its distinctive blue color, which is caused by methane in its atmosphere. The planet's atmosphere is composed mainly of hydrogen, helium, and methane, with clouds of methane that absorb red light and reflect blue light. This gives the planet its characteristic blue hue. In addition to its interesting atmosphere, Neptune is also known for its powerful winds, which can reach speeds of up to 1,931 kilometers per hour. These winds are thought to be driven by the planet's high temperatures and the heat being released from its interior. Overall, the solar system is a fascinating and complex place, filled with a diverse range of celestial objects that all play a role in the larger cosmic ecosystem.
If you liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe.